Gutterball.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to frame 15 of Gutterball. We got our two lovely co-hosts over here, Brandon and Paul. We're just gonna roll right into it. Always, we kind of just want to recap how have our week's been. Anything new, anything hot pressing. So anything new, guys? How's your weeks?
Good. I built a new computer.
Yeah, we see that.
Oh yeah, we'll
Paul's
get into
uh,
that
s-
later.
Yeah,
Paul's setup is looking more professional than all of ours right now.
yeah. No, my week was the same shit. So, yeah, if you wanted to roll into your shit right away, Paul, because
Oh
Yeah, let's
mine,
get
my
right
week
into the
was the same
PC.
shit. If you wanted to
yeah, I
go,
mean,
yeah,
sure. So as you guys can see here, new computer, custom built. I'm not gonna go through every single part that's in it because that'll just bore listeners that maybe aren't that much into it or know what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, it took a long time to build. Like it was over like literally like 6 months, and by that I mean like I didn't build it over 6 months. I was just acquiring all the parts just because PC parts are expensive, and I wanted like a new top of the line that you can get at the time rig for the most part. And so that's what I did. I just saved up over the last 6 months, bought all the parts, just put it together over the last weekend here, or actually like 2 weeks ago now. But I was just kind of like slowly getting all my data transferred and stuff configured for recording the cast. And but no, it's pretty sweet. I mean, like I got that LCD display. It's hard to tell, but that's Arnold there from Total
oh
Recall. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool. But there were some initial problems off the bat. Like I knew this 3090 Ti was gonna, especially the hybrid, was gonna be a heavy card. So there was, of course, sag I have to deal with. You can kind of tell, like you can't really tell. It was sagging really bad before, but I fixed the majority of it, corrected it. Um, other things I encountered, like this processor on my new computer runs super hot. Like it's the 12900K, the latest 16 core from Intel. So like it's just known to run really hot, even at idle. And I have a 240 millimeter AIO powering it, which is like people say are just cutting it for performance. But hey, I'm not overclocking it, and I'm not doing anything crazy other than just like playing games and rendering the occasional hour-long podcasts, which
Mhm.
any processor can do without getting super hot, anyways. So there were some heat things. I had to tweak a lot of BIOS settings till I got things where I wanted them. And don't even get me started on Windows 11. Like I like Windows 11. Like I decided to switch to it since I was on Windows 10. It's great,
yeah.
but I had to wipe the new computer right after I had set everything up again because for whatever reason Windows 11 decided to put the boot loading manager on a different hard drive in the computer. And like I tried to migrate it to the other drive, and there was just no way of doing it. So I just nuked it and restarted. So there was that kind of set me back like like a day, and then I don't know, just random stuff. Like literally new issue today. I was telling Jackson this, Haller, I haven't told you. I can't run this computer in this room. It trips the breaker every single time. I am running
No
I
shit.
am running an extension cord outside. This is my apartment. I'm running it into the living room because there's less stuff on the breaker in there and it doesn't trip it. So yeah, this
No
new rig,
shit.
I was literally it was fine until today. I'm just changing OBS settings. Don't know why it spiked. It shut off. Tripped the breaker.
Mm.
So I didn't have
Damn.
anything extra plugged in, running, whatever. I gotta figure that out. More permanent solution than a fucking extension cord. Uh, and I mean, honestly, that's pretty much it. I did a ton of backups and images because one thing I learned in IT school is always do plenty of backups and base backups right when you get the system set up. Should anything go wrong, then you can just revert back to that clean state of you already having everything set up. So like I installed all
Yeah.
my apps, configured everything, and then I made 5 Windows System Restore backups on 5 different
Mhm.
drives. Okay, just in case
Damn.
one fails, I have
Yeah.
another one. That one fails, I have another one. And then
Mhm.
I made 5 different Acronis, which is like a software I paid for and have that does like drive backups and drive cloning. 5 of those image backups on a different platform. So I have 10
Jesus
separate backups
Christ.
for this computer to go back to like clean slate, which is good. And then I also every Sunday my computer auto backs up onto a different drive in my computer, like the whole thing. It
Jesus.
just backs
You got
everything up.
Yeah. Jesus
the whole
Christ.
system. Holy
And
Christ.
then, well, don't even get me. So wait till I get this old guy down here set up. That's going to be my storage server, but that'll be really cool. Um,
Yeah, that's all over my head, dude. I don't
but
Yeah.
know what the fuck you're
yeah, I
talking
know I'm
about.
kind of going on a rant and going everywhere. I didn't really go crazy on the parts because I know it would bore and most listeners out there. And people
Not
probably,
boring.
yeah,
Definitely interesting.
people
I
are,
just
Yeah.
like that's just like so much. Like it just I don't know.
yeah, and people are probably
I
asking
forget
like,
I forget how much like how much you're actually into like I guess your career is in IT, but like that's
yeah,
just crazy.
Mhm.
well, yeah, and Yeah, I don't know. Like that's
A
the thing.
lot of knowledge
The
you
thing
got there.
is like any IT guy out there could vouch for this too. Hardware is such a separate thing from what I do or what most IT guys do day to day
Oh,
that like
sure.
every time I go back and build a computer, which I said is every like 4 to 5, between 4 and 7 years, when I go do it, I'm having to go like research what's the latest graphics cards, Intel releases, what's better, what isn't. Because like, as things change super fast, tech keeps advancing. I have no time to keep up on hardware, which is why like for this
Yeah.
build, spent a lot of time researching what I wanted. I was bouncing between AMD so hard this time because I haven't had any of the Ryzen stuff from AMD. I used to have an old AMD computer back in the day. It was slow like old AMD was, but um like I decided to go Intel again. I don't know why I did. I just paid the extra money and I went Intel because it's never let me down. I'm scared I'm going to go to Ryzen. It's going to let me down, even though I've seen the evidence that honestly it's on the same playing field as Intel now for gaming and whatnot and whatever else. Um, but yeah, I guess people are probably asking like, do you have future changes for the system? Not really. Like you probably noticed the radiator on the top sticking out a bit. I'm gonna try my best to like lower those. Maybe the only reason why I wanted it as high as I could is because you kind of want best practice the radiator higher than the pump, and I was trying to not make that even leveled. But we'll see if it doesn't. If I move it, and it doesn't affect cooling at all, and it seems like the pump isn't whining or anything or bubbling, then I'm probably fine. And
Yeah.
anybody out there that's like, why did you just use AIOs? Because I'm lazy and I don't care to build a tubed cooling computer. I just don't care. Don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
they look cool. I don't want the maintenance. And that's the thing is if I'm gonna do it, I want the cool colors, and with the cool colors comes maintenance. I don't want the maintenance. And people are like, oh, you could just like build a just like put a couple knobs in so you can easily drain it. And no, fuck off. Okay. We're not doing
Yeah.
that here. I just
Mhm.
buy the systems that are all in one. And guess what? My last two computers I built were all in ones, and those AIOs, this one, 5 years going now, still running completely fine, cooling the system fine. So, like, sit on it. I'm sure you give it another year
Yeah.
or two, it might go out, but what's another $100, $200 part to keep your computer running after 5 years? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure
but
people are wondering, I don't know if you wanna give us, like, a rough estimate or, like, what you spent, but what did that thing total cost you? People wanna know.
I
The
tell
top
you,
of the line,
I
people
can
wanna know.
I can tell you what I saved. No, no,
Okay.
no. I'll tell you. Okay,
Give us a rough
I'll
estimate.
tell you roughly what I spent because I don't have the exact number. I would say with not including software because I did buy some extra things around this time, just about 30, 3,800, 4 grand, like lower before 4 grand, a little around there, up maybe lower 4 grand, like around there in that realm.
Okay.
That's because this is from the scratch build. The
Mhm.
3090
Yeah.
Ti hybrid, 12900K, DDR5, 32 gig, 216 gig sticks. So like and then there's a bunch of storage in this. Talking a couple terabyte
Oh,
M.2s,
cooling off.
cooling
Yeah.
off.
Fucking
Yeah,
cooling
it's
off.
cooling off. So that honestly, if I actually put it down on the paper, that might be higher than what maybe I'm overestimating. But I will say, because I built it over time, I always had a browser tab open every day. I'd refresh all the parts I was eyeing. And maybe sometimes over time I'd swap parts and look,
Well, and
but I
that's the
would.
thing too is like that's like that price like what you paid for, like that price itself was changing now, like just
Oh yeah,
based on the
I'll
parts, you
tell you this
know?
right now. This GPU that I bought 2 months ago, I could now get for $500 less than I bought. But at the
Okay.
time, I got it.
See?
At the time, I got it $1,000 off. It was $2,500. I got it for
Yeah,
1,500. So I was like, oh, that sucks. But I'm also like, whatever. That's just what it's. That's
sure.
computers. That's building the latest
Mhm.
tech. There's always something around the corner. But so yeah, there. But I will say, Destiny and I were like calculating out how much we think I saved, and she thinks like from what we looked at, I think I saved about like a little over $2,000 just based on like buying things at the
Respectable.
lowest price or on discount. Obviously the graphics card and the processor, getting those huge prices off of them at the time was like a huge chunk of money. It's like $1,000 on its own. Like
Sure.
I saved, but anybody, what's a part worth to you, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
is
What's
that
in your
card
wallet?
really worth $1,500? Probably not. Like, I would say, like, if realistically, that thing's probably should be worth like $600 at the most. But
How much was it retail, like, when that came out brand new?
2,500, I think.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
But then, as you know, like retail's been dropping hard on cards. to, and especially with the announce of the 4000 series that happened like just this last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's the computer. Sorry to take up the first 10 minutes of the show, but I mean, drop comments. Like, you guys got any suggestions? Like,
Oh, that's super
obviously,
cool.
like
It's
everyone,
like a passion project too, as
yeah.
almost like I know like this whole time, like the whole week that you've been building it, like how into it you've been and how exciting it has been for you.
What I'm
It,
just, yeah,
do you, or
100%.
just real quick, like,
Yeah.
would you say like the actual building, the journey, if you would, is like as therapeutic to you as like the actual end goal, the object of like the powerhouse of a machine that you have? Or like do you like building PCs also? Like is that like kind of
Don't get me wrong, building's fun and part of it, but that's not what I look forward to doing. I just look forward, like I always picture it just like already being done and like
oh okay.
everything's
Yeah.
configured. That's me. Like I, I don't care what I got to do to get there. I'll get it done. It's just, like
Yeah.
I want it to be done. Like if all the parts came and I could have just like snapped and it was together, cool. Like, like
Oh sure.
I've done it so many times now with various components that like now it's just kind of like it's honestly kind of annoying because sometimes you run into like with new stuff, like things change,
Yeah.
adapters change, connectors change. Like I've never ever in my life have had a full RGB setup. So like I think I was telling Haller, like learning how to get these different brand fans to sync with the other fans, like
Yeah.
color
Yep. I remember
wise,
you talking about
was
that.
pretty annoying. And I'd never encountered that because I've tried to avoid RGB at all costs in the past. And now at this point in my life, I
Well,
just
it's
kind of
unavoidable, isn't it?
it's kind of unavoidable now. Now at this point in my life, I'm just like, fuck it. If we're going all out, everything's gonna be RGB anyways. I might as well make it look baller. I like purple. My sound panels I already had were purple, and so like I was just like, cool. And then I didn't even plan this. My chair's purple. I don't know. Like I seriously, I think subconsciously chose purple, but like it's just always been my go-to color, I guess. Um, but yeah,
Weird.
I mean
I don't know
that's
what you mean.
yeah, but that's the build. If anybody out there's wondering, like Paul, like what are all the components? I want a sick rig like that or whatever. Drop it in the comments. I'll respond to you. I'll tell you every single part that I put in it. And if you want tips on building a rig, I can help you out too. There, just comment below. So, um,
There you go. Free help. Comment. Get
comment.
help.
We'll mention this at the end of the show, but real quick,
Hashtag get help.
fuck off.
Gutterball get help.
Get
So
help.
one thing I want to mention, we're gonna probably say it at the end of the show too, but I want to say it before I don't forget. So audio only, it is out there now. I know I promised Spotify. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make Spotify work. It's a long story, but I need to set up an RSS feed for the cast. Audio only, long story, but I did get Apple Music set up. So any listeners out there, if you look in the comments section, there's going to be a link to the Apple Music. Or Apple, I think it's Apple Podcasts, actually, not technically Apple Music. They have it separate. But all the episodes right now are audio only uploaded. This one's going to be audio only uploaded. So you can now expect audio only at basically pretty much Saturday or noon or like late in the week. It's not going to be as scheduled as the actual show on YouTube, but it will be up before or right after the actual video show airs on YouTube. We will try to get to some other platforms in the future, but yeah, just be on the lookout for Apple Music. If you're looking for an audio only version, you happen to be an Apple user, just check out Apple Podcasts, Apple Music. We're on there. Just look up Gutterball Entertainment or Gutterball Podcast.
And let me piggyback off that. I have been in charge of the shorts lately, and those have been doing great.
Fire.
I love
Yeah,
y'all.
fuck
I've
yeah,
been
Jack.
commenting.
Awesome
We're
job,
getting.
dude.
I do like the amount of dislikes we're getting. But that it means at least people are seeing it and responding. Also, fuck you if you dislike. Suck my dick. But
Yeah,
we're getting good
I didn't
views.
know that.
Yeah.
I never, damn.
And
Fuck
like
'em.
what I think, and when I dislike YouTube videos, I'm like usually having a bad day, and I never do this anymore because I'm like, why do I dislike video? But mostly it all stems from jealousy, where I like see somebody having views and I don't. I'm like, fuck you, I'm gonna dislike. So that's what I think of all these people that dislike. They're
Or
just
maybe they just
jealous,
don't really like us. Maybe our show
They might not.
sucks.
I don't
No, I don't know about
damn.
that.
I didn't think about that. It's people we actually know. They're
Yeah,
like, yeah, you guys are
disliking it.
fucking I hate
Oh
this.
no, I know for a fact at least one or two of those dislikes are people that are like my arch enemy. Like
Probably,
they're
yeah.
people that like maybe I don't know it, but I maybe wronged them in the past, and they just fucking hate me so much that they're still
Oh.
my friend on stuff, and they say, "Oh, he's doing something, fuck him," and they go in there and they dislike the videos.
Oh, fuck
I mean,
him,
it
fuck
can.
Paul.
I'm sure it's a possibility, but from what I've already seen is like a couple of weeks ago, I was scrolling through the the Google account tied to our actual YouTube channel, and it tells you when there's comments and like it tells you already in the emails like the
Oh
previews.
yeah.
And I started looking at some of them on the shorts, and I was like, you know what? This is probably bad for my mental health. So now
Yeah.
I'm just not going to look at dislikes. I'm not going to look at
Mhm.
analytics. I'm just going to upload, post, go. I could care less what people think because I
Yeah.
just like
Well,
doing it. I'm
yeah.
having fun, and that's what this show's about. It's about having
Well,
fun,
fucking
talking about
yeah, and
random
that'll
shit. Like that's
give
all
the
it is.
chance of influencing our topics and shit too.
Yeah.
Like fucking raw dog, we're real
I
deal.
Yeah.
I like the hate. It fuels me. It gets me going. It's like, "Fuck you, motherfucker," I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do all this cool shit just to, say fuck you, you know what I mean?
We're uploading the
Does feel good
cast
to
out
say
of
fuck you
spite.
sometimes.
We're uploading the
Yeah, out of
cast
spite.
just so those people that keep disliking it have to go dislike it. We keep
Yeah.
uploading every week.
Yeah, you
Okay,
know,
fuck yeah.
all the
All right,
time.
I'll start uploading 3 times a week then. How about
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
And then, I saw a couple, like, not rude comments, but kinda like, fucking like, "Oh, fuck this channel," a little bit, but that's great that they comment because it's more, interaction with viewers, and it looks better for YouTube anyway. So,
Publicity, dude.
yeah, exactly.
Although I'm sure that doesn't really work
Dude, now you
as
got
far
me
as like the
so
thumbs down
curious.
and like the algorithm or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I wonder how that works with that shit. But
Oh,
whatever.
I think there was a video recently, maybe I'm wrong, some guy uploaded where he found that literally the thumbs down and thumbs up algorithm makes no fucking difference whatsoever. Like he had a
Mhm.
bunch of test accounts and like he went
Is
and
it just
disliked it.
traffic, just in
It's
general?
yeah, yeah. Like it,
Yeah.
it makes a difference, but so minuscule that
Mhm.
like you'll still get recommended sometimes the same content, even
That's
if you
good to
dislike it.
know.
I just want views, man. I just want, like, like
I just wanna entertain people.
right,
I want
exactly.
to
At the end
yeah.
of the
Honestly,
day,
that's
that's what
We're
just
here to
what
do it.
that's what it's
I
for.
enjoy doing, honestly, like,
I'm
think what I was thinking about it the other day,
yeah.
like,
I'm
when it
here to
comes down to
learn.
it, like, I want yeah, well, that
Yeah,
learning's
I'm
always a
learning,
good time,
yeah,
like,
all sorts of
fucking
shit.
what are you doing if you're not learning, you know?
Exactly.
But, yeah, I love giving people joy, and if and fucking social media and well, not social
Mm.
media, fucking but podcasts are dope, you know?
Yeah.
I definitely get my joy from other podcasts, so, like
Like, what keeps me going daily is, like, I have, many ideas for Gutterball ads, shorts. We all come up with shorts all the time.
skits,
Those will
yeah,
be
we
coming
have
out soon. Skits, excuse me,
some
not shorts, more
decent
skits.
got a
Um,
decent list on my phone, for me
but, like,
personally as far as skit ideas.
keeps me going is I'm excited to be able to show everybody that, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a real fun time.
Yeah, yeah. What we found writing the sketches or coming up with them is that almost every time involves some guy being an asshole. And maybe that's why people don't like our show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Maybe we're
it's
all
like
just
yeah.
assholes. But everybody out there, though, seriously, that has been supporting, actually listening in and enjoys the show, thank you so much. And if you're ever looking for topics you think would be, or even questions, like, you see those YouTubers do like Reddit AMA reviews or ask us a question, ask us questions.
Yeah,
Drop it in the YouTube comments. We'll try to answer it on a future
for
show.
sure.
Because we do well.
Mhm.
I don't look at it. He does. Jackson does. But now he's got me
Oh, I'm
curious because
looking.
right after the show, I'm gonna go look at those terrible
Oh, yeah,
comments.
we
Because
were
now,
totally just
Well,
talking about how we're
no,
not gonna be looking at comments and
and now
shit.
I'm totally gonna do
for
Fucking
it.
yeah,
like,
we
the
keep
only one
telling
I can
people,
think
"Comment,
of was just
comment, we'll
one,
respond."
and the guy was just like, "Huh?"
Just go
Like,
back.
he just said, "Huh," that's all he said. And, like, question mark, kinda
Oh, I
like, and then
saw that.
I responded with, "Huh," as well, and I'm like, "Fuck that guy."
Yeah, I think
No.
I think it was because I don't think he understood like
Yeah, the
like
context,
because
yeah.
that like that clip. It's a good short. It's just like if you don't know what a chat is either, it could be like what
Yeah, yeah, you'd be like, "What
like
the fuck?" Yeah,
so
I was
like
just yeah, I was questioning naming it that, but I'm always, like, trying to figure out what the best the name is,
yeah.
Well,
like,
I mean,
pick
like,
it
you
up,
know,
something,
the
like,
3 of
similar.
us knowing each other so long, it's like, obviously, like,
There's some
our
inside
little
joke stuff.
inside
Mhm.
jokes are gonna seep in here and there, like,
Yeah, that's very true.
eventually, like, when we have enough episodes out and, people have watched enough episodes, like, we'll catch
I'll be
on.
like,
They'll
yeah.
be in on it.
They'll catch on.
They'll know.
Yeah.
Gutterball militia.
Gutterball
Taking
militia.
over your city, your
We
town.
probably shouldn't say that.
No.
The federal
Gutterball
government.
militia. Hey, what's going on here?
Next fight the
I got a
power.
I got a buddy. I won't say his name, but okay, I will. His first name's Nick. You guys don't it's not the one you're thinking of, but he loves the Gutterball militia. He wants to be a guest here real soon. I
Oh
told
yeah,
him we'll make it happen, but
yeah. Well, yeah, we'll make it happen.
Well, I will
yeah,
make it
he's
happen.
I don't know what it was, but he stuck by, and I think it was like second episode. I think we brought up Gutterball Militia,
Mhm.
like passingly. He's like,
Yeah.
"When's it happening, dude? It's
Get
Yeah,
happening.
it
When's it gonna
going.
happen?"
it's
I'm
funny.
like, "No, no,
It's funny.
no,
I'm glad we have a, I'm glad,
no."
that's funny you say that too, because I think I was just telling you guys just about, just this last week, I had a phone call with an old buddy of mine from college, and he was like, I was telling him like, "Oh man, like it's I can't believe it's already been a couple years since we graduated, and we touched base a couple times in between and hung out once, and now he's in like a
Sure.
completely different state, different career, and he was just like, I was like, yeah, man, it's like so good to talk to you. It's been so long, and he's just like, dude, it's like it feels like yesterday I talked to you. He's like, I've been listening to your podcast, and I'm like, oh, really, dude? That's sick.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, dude, I've actually like at first like I was like, man, I do not know anything what these guys are talking about because like he's not really into like the pop culture stuff or like video game stuff that really we are. He has different hobbies and interests, but he was
Mhm.
like, but he's like, dude, like when you guys tell stories, it's like my favorite. And he's like, and I've been watching all of them too. He's like, the story times are like the best when you guys reference school or like working at the movie
Mhm.
theater and stuff. Like that it literally makes him laugh out loud. So that was awesome to hear. And it's cool to hear that we literally have people that are just listening to it regularly. That's
Yeah.
that's awesome. So
It
keep
fucking
that up.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, actually it's
I
the
love
same
it.
kind with me. My buddy moved away, fucking 600 miles away, and he listens to every single cast. And I know he listens to every single cast because he'll bring up shit from the cast where that's like an hour into it, 30 minutes into it. Like you'd had to watch it to know what you're talking
Yeah.
about, and it feels great because I'm like, that
Jericho.
motherfucker is real. Yeah,
Shout
like
out to Jericho,
yeah, shout
dude.
out Jericho. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like that one. I disliked on the Jericho story on the
Oh,
short I
really?
made of that. Yeah.
People didn't like that
That's a
one.
good one.
No,
Fuck 'em.
the cat one was good. That one's pretty even dislike and
Do you guys
likes.
wanna? I don't even know if I can say this. Fuck it. This kid will never see this. And plus, we used a different name, but Jericho.
Yeah.
Somebody that I went to school with messaged me and was like, "Is that so and so?" Because they knew the actual
Oh,
person's name,
yeah?
and
Yeah.
I
Nice.
was like, "Yeah, that's so and so," and they're like, and then I'm like, and then I was just like, yeah, I haven't seen him since school, and then they were just like, yeah, I heard Jericho isn't doing so well, and he was also like got caught like beating his girlfriend or something, and I'm like,
Jesus.
whoa, so like the
Oh.
actual guy from that story, I guess isn't doing that well, and yeah, that's not
That's
good.
fucked up.
Yeah, it's not.
Powers just busting.
Yeah, it's not good. That's horrible. Uh,
That's
so, I mean, maybe this will be a short Jericho part 2.
Jericho's
How's
not
Jericho
doing
doing? He's
good.
not
it's
doing
not
so
doing
well.
good.
And he might have
It didn't sound
I
good
think he's
originally.
I think
Who
he's
wouldn't
got
be
a
doing good?
domestic violence charge, I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
my
That's not good.
gosh.
So,
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ.
That's so
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Who
So,
knew?
yeah, somebody that one person was just like knew immediately who it was.
Yeah.
They must have been in they must have been like, well,
Yeah.
they were. I now know that they were in that class when that happened.
Mhm. That's funny. That's good
That
shit.
is funny.
I know why people dislike that. Because it's like 9/11's a sensitive topic
It
still. It's
is.
more than you
Yeah.
think.
Mhm.
Well, it's a
Oh,
generational thing too, I feel like,
yeah, that
too.
Yeah.
reminds me, I was watching a video where some people were talking about after 9/11 how, America came together, and they're like, everybody was nice after 9/11. Like, they're like, if you weren't there, you don't remember that everybody came together. Like, nobody was a dick, crime went down, people didn't cut you off
Yeah.
in traffic or whatnot. I didn't know about that, but these guys seem
Oh,
like I've
yeah.
heard many people talk about it where they're like, yeah,
What I've been
like,
saying
all
for
came
a
together.
long
Yeah.
time is we
Well,
just need
it's
like an alien invasion, so we all team up
Well,
against them. We need
get
them to be
us
like, watch
hostile,
back
and
it.
together, yeah.
Yeah.
they'll unite the whole planet.
It
Mhm.
is super weird though, because I know, I mean, I'm the oldest of the three of us, and like I think it
Oh,
might have
yeah,
been
you're right.
kindergarten, maybe first grade. I don't remember exactly when it happened, but like that day, I actually don't remember anything. I guess my parents told me they pulled me out of school and like were panicking and shit, and didn't say anything to me, I guess, obviously, but like I don't even remember. But I do remember like obviously every year after that, like the big, you know, at least for my family, like we sat around the TV and watched all the 9/11 stuff on that day, like every anniversary. Not recently now, it's been years since then, but I
Mhm.
remember it hitting hard. Like there was those years where it was like it seemed like everybody, like especially in school, like Are you going on? Like, are you guys watching the 9/11 stuff tonight? Yeah, just type. It's such a. It was a. It is still surreal thing. But
Mhm.
yeah, Jericho, you made a funny fucking video though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
That
being
was a good
real.
video. Good.
Yeah, why does it, like, why does it gotta be some significant event or some type of horrible act that unites people to not be fucking dipshits to one another?
Yeah.
And I think it is because it's a sudden realization that everything you have and have taken for granted can be suddenly just taken away like that. Like, and also to like just how good we have it here in the States for the most part, even though our country is kind of fucked up in some aspects, but which country isn't in some aspects.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
a
know.
lot of people would be pissed with
It's
that
hard
statement.
because I know I I
One side or the other, like
yeah.
taking that statement, like that's what makes honestly like fucking annoying is like, yeah, like yeah, what I said. You know what I'm getting at. You
Yeah.
guys know what I'm
Mhm.
getting at. Go ahead, Paul. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, I didn't really have much else to say, but um,
Like, just the pride for a fucking nation, I
yeah,
do have a lot of pride. I honestly like, I see posts or people that say they're like, "I can't believe they're Americans. I think this is, like, the best spot to live." And, I haven't been around the world, but this is pretty darn fucking close to, at
That's
least
the
not the
thing is
best,
it's
but
such a
somewhere
fine
good.
line.
It
Like I
is, yeah.
all
definitely
personal
I would
preference.
say I'm
Mhm.
definitely a lot of the time in the mindset, fuck America, blah blah blah. But that's just because like there's things that are inconvenient to me that are like that aren't even inconvenient to me that are just I think are fucking stupid and annoying. But
I
like
get
when it
it.
comes down to it, like when I think about it, like
It's the
okay, like
grass
if
is
I hate
always
it that
greener.
much, like where
Mhm.
else would I go? Like
Yeah.
not many other options like that I would go to.
And the other options that you can go to or would want to go to require an incredible sum of money to be accepted for citizenship in those
That's
Yeah.
the thing
places
too is like yeah,
Mhm.
like I don't have that kind of money to just
or
make that life
assets.
change because
Yeah.
that's like
No.
obviously a life change. Like
Yeah.
that's
Like you
even
want.
going to, like, Canada, I feel like, something that's kinda similar,
Yeah.
not, for
Mhm.
just argument's sake, but, like, I feel like even something l as small as that to us, like,
Yeah.
is a big life change, like, it's just
Yeah. Copenhagen's in Denmark, right?
I'm not gonna say yes or no. I'm an
Well, I
idiot
believe
for
it.
not knowing the answer, I
I,
feel like
I'm
now.
gonna look it up so I know, but like,
That sounds right.
um, yeah, it's in Denmark, and I just wanted to be right. Well, what I've noticed, and this is kind of odd, there have been a couple people that I've known, and actually more so at this current job, that have literally like left our company because they've moved to Denmark, specifically Copenhagen.
Hmm.
And I'm just like,
Oh,
what?
dude, it's funny you say that because I told not Denmark in particular, but I get that I like that whole area. I like the
Scandinavia.
vibe. Yes, the whole Sweden, Finland. I like that. Yeah, Scandinavia, exactly.
Mhm.
Like that's exactly what I'm looking
The
for.
only thing
Like
that
I
would
get it.
sketch me out is all the dangerous countries surrounding that region. That's the only thing that
Yeah, but
sketches me out.
they're
Yeah.
so in the middle
Yeah,
that like,
Mhm.
the missiles
like
just go right
they'll
over when they're going for the
Yeah.
US instead.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, we don't wanna fuck with anything over there. Um,
And I don't know. I guess I've never really looked into it, but, like, from what I've seen, like, just economically, like, shit like that, it just seems like a feasible place to live, like, as far as, health insurance and, like, schooling type of shit, like,
mhm.
there's I've seen that it's supposed to be good there. I could be totally wrong, don't get me wrong.
Well, it's always like, free healthcare, "Oh, I want that," but for those places, if you were to
It's
move
not
there
even
right
that,
now.
though.
Oh,
It doesn't even have to
yeah,
necessarily be that, you know what I mean? But just that
right,
their healthcare system's supposed to be good or, like, whatever they're doing's working or something like that. But
better.
like I said, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like I'm in I have never been there.
Yeah, me neither.
No, yeah, obviously all those places taxes are massively high, but with that comes a lot of benefits, just like a ton of
Yeah.
benefits. But also too, you hear with certain countries like the healthcare. Well, yeah, the healthcare is free, but it's goddamn shit, and you're on a waiting list for
Yeah.
months, which I've heard, and I've literally heard like a kid I went to high school with went to college up in Canada, and one of his lungs collapsed, and like he couldn't get help for like 2 weeks. He was in the hospital bed. They were just keeping him alive until they could like do
Christ.
something about it. And I'm
'Cause
like, Jesus, dude.
they
two weeks
really don't
later,
have doctors either over
yeah,
there. You get paid
because
like shit.
they get paid like shit. So what's the point of doing all that learning and going to school and
Mhm.
for something that that's
Yeah.
fucked. Um,
Um, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, that is fucked. I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
Like,
now I'm just now you
Jesus.
guys are just really making me feel fucking stupid about everything I just talked about.
oh,
No,
sorry.
what?
Well,
No.
I've
As
just
an argument for
no.
like a reason to go to a country.
No, trust me, I think about it all the time too, but then I always go back to like the grass is always greener, man. Like
Mhm.
there's probably gonna be more shit there I would end up hating over time than it is
Yeah,
here.
Right.
Like
that's the thing is
I
it's
think
all
the way they
perspective.
pronounce color, I think that'd get to me pretty quick. I think I'd be pretty upset. I'm pretty over
it's
that after a couple
color.
times. It's color, all right? Knock it off. Hey, knock it off. I don't wanna
Knock
hear
it
that again.
quiet.
Quiet. I do like Norway, the idea, metal's huge over there. It's very big. Even so much as there's like metal kids TV shows.
Black metal,
Um,
dude.
yeah, and like it's just fucking it's metal. Heavy metal as fuck over there.
That is pretty sick. They do got some
Fucking
sick.
mayhem.
Pretty sick. Oh,
Um,
there's
Ever
also a
seen that
spot.
movie, Lords of Chaos? That movie that's like
Yeah.
supposed to be about them. I mean, who knows how much of it's really true? Or you guys heard of the band name? I feel like we talked about this. Ah, fuck it. I don't want to talk about it. I feel like we talked about it. I'm
Right,
pretty sure.
alright.
Jackson, tell me about all the rotting food at Target.
Oh, the rotten food at Target. Oh, okay, alright. Let's get a load of this
Yeah.
shit. Alright. So, well, first of all, behind the shelves, like we have big ass shelves where we put stuff on. Behind the shelves, they're like disgusting and dirty, and there was like rotten food behind there. And and then there was a pallet of pasta sauce that a jar that had shattered and it had boxes on top of it, so it was just mold in there, and I knew about it. Mind you, I
Oh.
knew about this for almost a couple weeks. It's not my department, so I'm not cleaning it up. I don't care. Like, it's directly so I work in the freezer, and it was directly outside of the freezer, and I noticed it one day, and I'm like, "Oh, I wonder how long that will be there." 2 weeks go by before it disappears, and I'll be fucked if I'm cleaning broken glass, but the cherry on top was the pasta sauce wasn't with any other food. It was with like cans of butane were stacked on top of it, fucking Brita filters. It's like, first of all, which is like, why is it like that? So yeah, if
Oh my
Target
God.
sees this, I'm getting canned. But yeah, that was really sus. Like, I don't know who cleaned that. I didn't tell anyone about it. I'm just like, I'm gonna let this be. It's not my problem. Um,
But
but
it
yeah, and it's
technically is. That's what's so funny.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's because I
like I
feel
don't.
that same exact way at
It's like
Walmart. It's
not my
like you see something, it's like, oh, not my problem, and it's like,
no.
It kind
as
of
an
is.
employee,
Yeah.
it is,
No,
yeah.
that's not my problem. I didn't do that. But behind the
Yeah.
shelf, it fucking stunk, dude, because there's like rotten banana peels and shit. It was fucking gross. Like,
What the hell?
uh,
They got the fucking mystery boxes from Mario Kart back there. You're talking like banana
yeah,
peels and shit. What the
yeah, a
fuck?
bunch of random shit, dude.
The
Either
fucking
way,
pallet
man,
jacks are
it was
spinning
fucking
around.
yeah, the pallet.
People are fucking whipping shitties up.
That's funny. Our department pallet jacks are about like $700. Our department broke one. Because we were using it to bring it into the freezer, and then the pallet, like the wooden pallet, broke under the weight, and it got the pallet like jack crushed in the freezer, and the pallet jack like insides literally froze to like dust, and like they
Oh,
shattered to
fuck.
pieces. Because it was in the freezer for like a week.
Good
Yeah.
'Cause we couldn't
God.
get it out. Yeah. I thought that was pretty funny.
All of our pallet jacks are just fucking garbage. Like,
Yeah.
they're
Piece
raggedy
of
as
shit.
fuck. They're
Yeah.
loud. It's so fucking loud dragging it through the fucking store.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Like at the office where I work, I'm always whenever I have to like move like a bunch of monitors or tech shit, we have this rolling cart. And like of course it's an office, it's usually pretty quiet and we have cement floors. You have me, this
It's
asshole,
loud as
rolling a
fuck.
cart dun 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 dun
Yeah.
down by everybody's desk. Like there are people in meetings and shit. They're like, and I'm like,
IT coming through, look out.
you don't like
It's
it,
me,
work from home. You have the option.
Yeah. Right. No, I work from home. Yeah,
I don't need to be
you
here.
got a ticket for that?
What'd you say? Yeah, do you want a ticket for that? Uh,
Yeah, Target, gross. Don't buy food there.
Yeah.
Also, so all right.
Yeah.
Like you guys know like store brand,
Yeah.
like Walmart's got essential every day, Target's got favorite day, and some other places market pantry. You know what I mean? Store brands.
yeah, like Great Values
Um
Walmart, right?
Great value. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Or
yeah, yeah, yeah,
essential every
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Target's
Yep.
brand, and I've told this to customers before. Favorite day is fucking gross. Don't buy anything that's favorite day. And I had a customer come up and they're like, "Ooh, favorite day ice cream. I've never had this. Is it any good?" And I literally went like this. I'm like, "I'm gonna be real with you, dude. Target's brand is not good at all. I would not buy it." And he guess what he didn't do? He did not buy that ice cream. So fuck you, Target. That's one F you. I was honest with the guy. Ice
Really?
cream sucked. It was not good ice cream. I had it
Jesus
once.
Christ. A table. I've because it's way up there, like out of my way, and like I'm not a, like I don't like I'm not one of those people that feels Target superior just because it's whatever, it's the same to me.
Yeah,
I've never
Mhm.
had their branded shit,
sure,
but
value.
Walmart branded shit, great value
It's
stuff,
good.
like they
Not
make
bad.
good stuff.
It is
They
Yeah.
do.
it's hit or miss. All that stuff is hit or miss. I think a really good YouTube video for us would be us comparing like similar products across all the name brand different stores,
That's fair.
like a Great Value
We were talking
toothbrush, a
about the
favorite
frozen
day
pizza
toothbrush.
thing. We'll bring that up too
Yeah, I'll bring that up
later,
too.
but
That actually would be.
But like the whole for one thing I'll tell you is this is highly slept on and it's half the price. You guys know those like microwavable or oven Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches, like sausage egg sheet frozen, right? You usually get
yeah.
four
Mhm.
of them in a box. Buy the Great Value ones. They're half the price, and it is I shit you not, the same exact fucking. I'm sure they're made in the Jimmy Dean factory or wherever. The same thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Literally the same thing, half the price. So you heard it here, folks. Great Value breakfast
Yeah, I
sandwich.
don't go, to Walmart anymore. Now that I'm Target, I'm just like, "Oh, I'll just get my food
Great
there."
value breakfast sandwiches. Shout
Yeah.
out.
Oh,
That's
shout out
bad.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Uh,
I hate working there.
I'm sure you do.
Anybody that
I
I
hate my
work with
job.
sees this. Like, fucking, I hate it there.
Help me.
It's as bad
Jeez.
as well, and that's the thing is, I guess it's as bad as one would think. Working at Walmart, like just being honest. But like, it is easy. I mean, it is what it is. But fucking Christ, it's cancer.
I just hate,
It's just people are cancer is
yeah,
what the
people are
thing
just
is the
cancer.
biggest thing.
Customers will come up to me and be like, "Why is there no
Do you
cheese?
work
This is
here?
fucking ridiculous." Yeah, or do you work here? And it's like, I don't work in the cheese department. I don't know, I think that's what we call it cheese department. But like, why are you mad at me? Why do you come in? Why are you trying to start a fight with me? Like, why?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
It's how it feels too. It's like they'll approach you with something and it's like
Mhm.
if you don't have the answer to it,
They're
like
pissed.
you're the bad guy. And it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
right. You're the bag. I actually
I'm
that's something
working
I worked on
like
a lot. I used to say sorry when we didn't have stuff in stock, but now I don't say that anymore. I'm like, we don't have this in stock. Nothing more I can do for you because I stopped saying sorry because that admits your guilt, and it's like
Yeah.
it's not my fault. I'm not
Yeah.
apologizing. I don't care that you don't have
Yeah.
that food.
I've never thought
Um,
about it that way.
You're
I'm
right.
yeah,
gonna have to
that's something
start I'm
that
gonna
Jordan
definitely
Peterson
start
said.
trying that.
Yeah, said pay attention to like what you apologize for. Don't
Because I'm super
apologize unless you've done
self-conscious
something
about
wrong.
that type of shit too. Like I think about that all the time. Like
Mhm.
not like throughout the day, but like at the time I'm definitely think about like sorry. And like inside I feel like fucking I hate apologizing for this
Yeah.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't my fucking problem. Like, it's so
Mhm.
It'd
stupid.
just be like someone walks up to you, you're clearly working, like maybe writing stuff down on the clipboard, you
Yeah.
have the vest on. Hey, do you work here? You're just
Yeah.
like, no.
You do that. Yeah,
They're just
no.
like, no. And they're just like, well, you're wearing the vest. It's like, I work at the other
No.
one. I don't work at this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm on
here's
my
the thing
lunch.
about that is we have vendors that come in stock and they'll do that. Like some of them will wear red shirts and they'll be like, "Do you work here?" They'll be like, "No." Like I'm a vendor, like I don't fucking answer questions for you. I've seen
Yeah.
them do that to people.
Like, yeah, I'm a vendor. Sorry.
Yeah, I could say that too.
Yeah,
I said I'm
that's,
not on the clock to people when I have been.
yeah. Haven't we all?
Yeah.
Haven't we all?
Yeah.
Say I'm not on the clock. Like, not, I'm on a break. Can you tell me where I'm on a break?
Just
Walking.
speaking of people and them just being annoying, like people on cell phones in public, specifically those that have the speaker on. and they're
Yeah.
talking to somebody.
Oh, Jesus
And here's the deal,
Christ.
like, I wouldn't be as mad about it if they're just walking and doing it and I hear it for a sec. Sure, it's a little annoying, whatever. What I don't like, and this happened to me this last weekend, I was in the checkout line at a grocery store. There's a lady in front of me. She's on the phone, on speaker the whole time, slowly loading her stuff to check out. And there's like lines
Mhm.
everywhere. So, of course, I'm just like,
Yeah.
lady, there's like 8 people even behind me. Like, and
Mhm.
she, like, I didn't say any of this to her, but she was literally just
Oh.
on the phone, talking on the phone the whole
Oh.
time, stopping,
Oh.
talking for a sec, or like thinking. And I'm just like, I was about to literally just hit the
Dude,
hang up
you
button.
have
And
Nobody's
like,
that
you
important,
hate that?
motherfucker.
Oh, Paul, you think you hate that? And I hated it before working there. Imagine seeing that all fucking
Yeah.
day,
It's all day.
all day.
Cringe.
And then, but the thing is because you have a vest on or something, people will look at you and like, are you gonna do something about this?
Yeah.
yeah.
And I have to be like, nope,
Yep.
not a damn thing I can do.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't work up front. This has
Yeah.
nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And they just look at me in disgust.
And
And
like,
I walk by them.
yeah.
And like, okay,
Yeah.
but the thing with the phone, like, people on phones, like, generally, like, I don't like depending on the business, like, I get the whole no being on your phone, like, working as an employee,
Mhm.
but working at Walmart, I don't know about Target, but they give us phones to, like, work on. Like, a lot of our work is through, like, a phone,
Yeah.
and so I definitely do get a lot of dirty looks, like, from people that, like, as I'm
Think you're on
and
your
I know
phone.
it's because I'm looking at a phone
Mhm.
working,
Yeah.
they're like, "Fucking sit on their phone, this
I
why the fucking blah, blah, blah,
Oh, dude,
fucking
It's the
idiot."
I
opposite for
noticed
me,
It's so
that.
dude.
fucking annoying. People are
Like, I
cancer.
like
That's
the
what it is at
phone.
the end of the day again. People are cancer.
Mhm.
And like, the thing is like, I don't know about you guys. I do phone calls, right? But not a lot. And when I do, I'm in the comfort of my own home or I'm in a private place. I don't know how people can just talk in public,
No.
even just not on speaker, just
Oh, no, no,
on
no,
the
no, no.
phone, walking and
I
just
don't
like holding things
I
I mean,
up.
I
don't
can do
want
that,
people
but
hearing my conversation.
no.
Yeah, dude, do I?
It's like a selfish thing, like, for me, maybe even, like, I don't if I got business on the phone, like,
Take it
especially because
outside.
I'm in public, I wanna
Yeah,
get it done with quick.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Like, what do you want? Like, if it's important, like, yeah, I'll talk now, like, but yeah, fucking or text me. Fuck off. I don't
Yeah,
know.
right? Um,
It's always
well,
older
if
people though,
we're ranting
usually.
about shit we hate, I got another thing here, alright? So, like, I go on Snapchat I have Snapchat. I hate Snapchat, fuck it, but the thing about Snapchat is to, like, casually date as a 20-year-old, that's, like, fucking mandatory. You need to have Snapchat. That's just the way it is. Can't fix it. Because if you
Yeah.
don't, that's a huge people are like, "Red flag, you're a fucking weirdo. Why don't you have a Snap?" Like you're cheating on somebody or something like that. That's what people think. Um,
That's how it is
but
my age too,
yeah,
I feel
to get
like.
to get like a good laugh or a good cringe, I go
Everybody
on
uses Snapchat.
yeah. Yeah.
Snapchat's really big. It's gross. Sorry.
It is gross. No, you're good.
Continue.
But they have, like, stories on Snapchat, and they have, like, Snapchat memes, and they're the cringiest shit ever, and that's why I go on there, my watch, and get my daily dose of cringe, I just wanna feel hurt when I watch these, and, there's one of them. They have, like, a whole thing, it's called teacher memes, and an overwhelming amount of them are memes about teachers hating their jobs. There's one where it's like, teachers talking to a student, they're like, "Oh, uh" like, "You wanna go home? So do I." It's like, "Oh, you get paid?" "Yeah, I get paid, but that doesn't matter." There's a lot of those where it's like teachers are just like, "Oh, I wanna go home. Oh, I hate this." You are teaching our children's youth, you motherfuckers. You should be
Yeah.
happy you're there, you sons of bitches. That's why kids are failing because of teachers like that who think
Yeah.
that,
They hate it.
like, they hate it. It's like, "Go find
It's
a
a
different career,"
chore.
Like, "Fuck you, you
Yeah.
asshole." It's not a chore. It should just be your
Well,
livelihood,
yeah.
Get excited
I
for your
mean, that's the
job.
thing though, is fucking everybody knows. Like it's hard to it's impossible to enjoy your fucking job every day, but you're
Yeah.
not wrong. I mean, my favorite teachers were the ones that like seemed like they enjoyed what they were teaching and like
Mhm.
made it fun in class.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. There are
Exactly, the
also
ones
some
that
too
care.
that took their job too seriously, even
Right.
That's
like
true
they
too.
enjoyed it, but they just took it too seriously. That and those were the teachers I didn't like.
Power trips. Yeah.
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 It's like, dude, if you were cool, funny, and goofy,
this
kids wouldn't do
student,
this
this
shit.
child's not gonna be
Mhm.
as fucking smart as you. Like, take it easy on them,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You guys ever watch that Cake Boss show?
Oh, I'm familiar with Cake
In
Boss.
passing.
You like Buddy?
Buddy,
Buddy!
we're gonna cover the whole fucking thing in fondant. That's what he does every single time. That's every
He's
episode.
like,
Yeah, I haven't seen
all
enough
the
to know
cake's
any
are
of
edible,
that.
except for we put a bunch of wooden planks and shit in it, and then we make it out of Rice Krispie and then slap fondant on it, so it just tastes like you're eating wet cereal.
That's a great video.
My sisters are cunts.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Buddy, I dropped all the cakes. I gotta go home and watch the Rachel Ray show.
Yeah, dude. They're just
But
always
where are your
bickering and yelling.
family? They're always yelling, yeah.
I'm the
So
fucking
Italian.
boss.
On the fucking boss.
Yeah,
I
no,
like
it's just here's every episode, Jack. Well, I got a buddy, I got a cousin of mine. He's got a good friend, and he really likes
Yeah.
to go fishing. He's a big fisherman. He goes fishing every year, every weekend. He's always fishing all the time. He's fishing. He's catching fish, all right? And so, it was his birthday coming up, special occasion. So you know what I did? I built him a big old fish in a fishing boat cake. And guess what? The whole fucking thing is just Rice Krispie treats covered in fondant every single time. Every cake. It's just something they
He's gonna be
like.
so
And
surprised.
it's inedible
Just
nearly.
stupid. It's
Yeah.
like,
Well,
Jesus
one year,
Christ.
my wife says she don't want a cake. I tells her she wants a cake. She says she don't want no cake. So I lock her in the cellar. I say, you get a cake. I'm the fucking boss. I'm the fucking boss. Say I'm the boss. I'm the fucking boss. Oh, Cake Boss fails are funny when they drop like $1,000 cakes.
Oh,
Fucking
yeah.
hilarious. But I really love the show because they have like a staircase that's fucking narrower. Like it's so narrow, man. It's just like the narrowest thing I've ever seen. It's like you'd think they'd have a bigger door, and they always end up dropping shit on that staircase. It's
Yeah.
like, you guys, after the third time, make a better
Yeah,
fucking staircase,
yeah.
Figure it
dumbasses, or make
out.
a ramp or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Larry, you got the front
Yeah,
of it.
Larry,
Oh!
Larry,
And like right as it's falling, or right as it's about to fall, they cut it. It goes to commercial, and it comes back, and it recaps. And then he's just
Yeah,
like,
and it does it again.
Yeah. Every
It's
like you
like
can
the
only make
subtle
it-
recap every
Yeah.
fucking show.
make
is
it like-
I know what you mean.
like one of us would get really hurt. It's like, maybe, I don't know, it's just cake falling on you. I mean, except for the
It'll
wooden
be a
planks
quick
hitting your
cut
head.
going
Yeah.
back into the show of just the audio, but it'll be a shot from outside the building.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
That's what it is.
and then it'll go
Yeah.
inside of the.
Yeah. Like the birds are flying away. It's like, what's he yelling from?
Yeah.
I'm the fucking boss. I'm the fucking boss. But I actually would. That would be kind of a good meme if you all went to the Cake Boss store and has fucking cakes.
Dude, that would be a good
Seriously,
vlog. Gutterball
That would-
does. Good Gutterball does. What's it like? I don't even remember
Cake
what
Boss.
the story's
Just
called.
I
gotta
don't know.
travel.
I don't know what it's called.
Start vlogging in general. Make content. Just
What
start.
a dangerous South America countries.
Oh, I don't. Hey, hold on. Topic I just thought about that's not on our list. Have you guys been looking into Brandon Buckingham lately?
No,
he's been, like blowing up, kind of doing his shit. Like,
I keep forgetting about him.
He's in a
Honestly.
psych ward
My
right
bad.
now.
really?
really?
Is he?
So I
Poor
think
dude.
something like that. Yeah. So here's what happened. About a month-ish ago, I think, some random YouTuber I don't know about that I guess is kind of famous. I don't even think you guys would recognize him. I did not recognize him. Some, whatever YouTuber vlogger guy. Basically
Sure.
came out and said that like Brandon Buckingham, I think for clout, tried to rape his girlfriend, and it's like supposedly a complete lie. Okay.
Yeah.
Brandon Buckingham's
Wait,
never even met this guy.
Okay.
Okay, supposedly, or his girlfriend, or like threatened rape or something of sexual assault on his girlfriend. And so Brandon, got all uptight, like putting out a video like this did not happen. This is a complete obvious lie. And then I think he let it really get to his head because he really started losing his shit over it. Like he was posting crazy nonsensical stories like on his social medias and like posted like a really long video with some guy, and he just started really like erratically going off the rails, like thinking almost that everybody was out to get him. Next thing I know, his head's completely shaved, all of his long hair's gone, and he's like filming a video smoking a cig in a gown outside of like he said he admitted himself and that he's okay and that he's just having a hard time. But I was like, good God, man, like, and that just goes to show, I'm hoping, like obviously he didn't do anything wrong, like sexual wise to
Yeah.
anybody. But like if that was fake, dude, like that's why you don't fucking tell lies like that shit, man. Because there are some people, you don't know what people are going through. It could really get to someone's head. And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe Brandon did really do it. and he's just in denial of it,
And that's the
going
thing
crazy.
too. It's such a
I don't know.
sticky situation,
Yeah,
you know.
but I
It's
just
better.
thought,
It's almost better off not to comment on it.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
He's still posted on Twitter like 4 hours ago.
yeah. He has his phone in there.
because I mean, okay,
Wherever
yeah.
Okay, then
doctor,
I
I
that's
don't
mean,
know if it's
not
really his
I
that's
doctor.
like his
that's not a
content. I
psych
like
ward
him,
then.
Okay.
No way.
Well, it was
Not
but
some
putting him in
mental
yeah,
there.
health rehabilitation centers, so I don't
Yeah,
know
it'd be
what it
like
is.
it'd be some yeah, I kinda know what you're talking about. It'd be like, pretty much the different a big thing about psych wards is, like, if you're like go there because 'cause you're suicidal or something, you go there with a plan,
Yeah,
like, you had the intent to do it, but, like, different facilities, but that I've never seen a facility that would let you have phones. That's crazy to me.
yeah. So like maybe this facility, yeah, maybe it is just like he's just like, hey, like I am unwell because I cannot deal with this thing that's happening. I need someone to talk
Mhm.
to or someplace to be that's safe. I don't know. I don't know. Regardless, we don't want to see anybody like in pain. You know, even if they've done probably. Well, actually, yeah, there are some people I want to see in pain that have done horrible
Yeah,
things.
that
So
was
you know what? I
yeah.
changed that. So whether Brandon did it or not, I mean, I just thought that'd be interesting to bring up because I know that we kind of semi followed him. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like I guess I've never really had anything someone say something to me that crazy in my life that maybe would have led me to a mental rot. I mean, sure, maybe I've thought about some things, but nothing that would ever cause that type of me wanting to check myself in somewhere.
It's
Everybody's different.
yeah, it's possible, you never know, man. Never know when you could break, but it's
Am
fuck.
I gonna snap and start rubbing shit all over the walls? Because
That'd be pretty
what if he
excessive.
came on next cast and this whole background was destroyed and there's just poop all over my walls and I covered myself in poop?
poop
He's
wall
like
Paul, poop
he's
wall
like,
Paul,
Yeah.
poop wall
I got
Paul.
this great plan to get back at your parents." He's like, "This one's unique and special for you. I made it just for you. We're gonna cover your parents' walls in
poop
poop."
poop
Yeah.
Paul
That the
wall.
cart
Yeah.
is that South
Yeah,
Park
the
episode?
carve yeah, sounds like
He's like,
episode.
"Oh, he's like diarrhea green or whatever."
Yeah,
It's like
Diary
he's got like a color palette of like, fuck
He's like,
that.
"No, a key, wrong color."
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm not so sure about this."
You know, cartoon I mean, South Park doesn't do it, but there are a lot of cartoons uh like like maybe Tom and Jerry, like the Peanut cartoons. I'm trying to think now that I think about it, or like Dexter's Laboratory, where like for some reason they never showed the parents' heads, or like Powerpuff Girls. It was always
Mhm.
like the parents, like the mom or dad's legs and just their voice. How come they never showed the faces
Yeah.
and always made like was it to show the scale of that like they're meant to be kids or small? I don't know. Do you guys
I
know
don't
why?
know.
It's
Never
weird.
thought of it.
I don't
I never thought about why.
I
That's a
I think
weird thing.
some ways because kids don't wanna hear parents talk, let alone in their kids show, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe it's just to keep the kid entertained on
Or maybe
like
not to, usually in those shows like the parent or adult or whatever character's head's being cut off is usually saying something to correct the character and maybe they don't want to
Mhm.
like display parenting. You know, like
Yeah, right.
Oh
have the
yeah.
kid end up relating like that character to their parent, being like, "Fuck
Right,
you,
okay.
mom," you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
like shit like that.
You
Maybe.
know what I think of that was creepy was with the fucking, the codename Kids Next Door, like, the other family, wasn't their dad, all you could only
Dude,
see was his down
yeah,
half.
dude,
Those kids are weird.
that Codename Kids Next Door show, it was good, but it's got an eerie feeling to me. That
Yeah.
shows what is it? Am I wrong
Yeah, I don't know
here?
what it is.
That
No,
show
you're
is
right.
I
Yeah,
it's weird. It's like its
I agree
own.
with you.
It's got an aura to it. I don't like it.
Mhm. I don't like it.
It's
I don't
smug
like it.
aura and mocks me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get rid of this painting, Charlie.
But you know what I'm talking about, Haller?
Yeah,
Like you've seen
yeah.
Codename Kids Next
I
Door?
on it. Well, okay, and that's the I did, and I remember liking that show, and I haven't seen it since.
Yeah, I
So
haven't
I
either, and I
don't
remember
know. I
liking
don't
it.
remember what you're talking
But don't
about.
you remember it
I
just
remember
being
liking
like
it though.
it's just
Those
odd.
kids are yeah,
They were kind of
and
creep like
A
some of
lot
the
of
kids were
shows
creepy.
were odd.
I
Yeah,
think
Dude,
it
I loved Rugrats as much as I loved Rugrats. Like going back and
it is
watching,
weird.
like at least the first few episodes, like the animation is kind of off-putting. But
Oh, it
that's just
is.
yeah.
kind of the whole 90s
Yeah.
Mhm.
Stu's fucking
like
making
theme.
stew at
Like
like 3
90s is
AM.
such a distinct fucking everything zigzag lines and fucking triangles and neon
It's
colors
all
and shit,
fuzzy and
Yeah.
dude.
constantly moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I also kinda reminds you of the Jimmy Neutron too. Also, those
Yeah.
dads in Jimmy Neutron and,
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
All of them, they're spicy. The character Stu
Yeah.
was also spicy. Like they have some good
Yeah.
lines in that.
How come the
Yeah.
dads in shows, even outside animated like Malcolm in the Middle, how come the dads are always spicy? Like
They're spicy.
it's like they
and
always
usually
nail
dumb.
the dad. Yeah, they
Yeah,
always nail the dad
perfectly.
character. Like I know what you're talking about, the Jimmy Neutron one with like the goatee. That dude, like he was really spicy. I don't remember whose dad he was, and he was spicy.
Yeah.
And then like Stu, and then Stu from fucking the Rugrats. But yeah, like they always nail cartoon or like those just like lower end family sitcom shows with the dad cast. I mean, even like that Goldbergs, Jeff Garland.
Yeah.
Well, he's no longer on the show, but he was he's like a great goofy dad on set. Well, not on set.
I just can just imagine Jeff Garland bullying the kids. He just pushes Adam over. It's like, can I watch her go in Poindexter
Yeah.
right in the
Get out
fucking
of my
like
hallway.
they're filming and like their parents watch it. They just walking. They're like,
Yeah.
bullying.
People
I
on
can see him being
there,
really mean.
people on there don't know Jeff Garland was killed off in the show The Goldbergs this last season because he had like problems on set, like being mean, I guess, like
Mhm.
not nice to
Mhm.
work with, which obviously you never see the behind the scenes of people like that. They're actors, obviously, but I heard Ellen was that way too, like the Ellen DeGeneres. I heard like she's like a
I knew
horrible
it.
human being.
I
like,
knew it.
behind
She's
bars.
a
I
cunt.
never liked
Like-
that bitch.
Like,
No.
oh my god, we're gonna give this kid $50,000 to go to school, and then he's like grabbing the kid by the shirt. He's like, "You better fucking get straight A's, you little shit." He's like, "This is a lot
Yeah,
of
you
fucking
mother-
money." Like right in the backstage, like she's threatening violence on the child.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Oh, he's a cunt. My
Fuck
parents
that-
used to
oh,
watch
I
a
hate that
lot
bitch.
of Ellen until they got off of that. Like,
don't get me
I'm
wrong.
sure it
Fucking
show's over
disgust
though.
me.
The little dance she does, dude. One of these days, there's
Oh,
gonna be like
fucking-
some like
Oh.
live TV, like some gunman in a trench coat stands up in the crowd and like tries to take her,
Shoot,
like tries to
Jesus
take her,
Christ.
like
The
tries.
show's finally over,
No,
dude.
no,
Her, she's in her last season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like,
Thank
dude, like,
fucking
it's like
God,
the last
yeah.
episode, some dude stands up, baseball cap, trench coat, like, silhouette, like, tries to draw, but before he even can secure, like, someone's already just dumped him.
You dumps him, get shot in the face.
Steve
Oh.
Buscemi, fucking Billy Madison.
Yeah,
Boy,
yeah.
am I
that's-
glad I called that guy.
Yeah,
Boy,
no,
am I
I-
glad
I-
I called
Yeah.
this guy.
He does the thumbs up. He's like, yeah, he's
Turns
putting
around,
on the
walks
lipstick.
away
He's
casually.
like, puts the lipstick on and crosses his name off.
He's thinking about it.
Yeah,
He's listening to
thinking about it.
Goodbye Horses, and he lays back on that little, like, he's got like a therapist couch, and he's
Yeah.
he's got the thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's like
That was
daydreaming. God,
great.
fuck that scene.
Boy, am I
Steve Buscemi's
glad
a
I
treasure.
called that
Those
guy.
movies are so good, dude.
Dude,
I
Oh,
love-
Steve
speaking of
Buscemi,
9/11,
classic. Yeah.
speaking of 9/11, he helped in 9/11. He
Yeah,
was
he
a
was a-
volunteer firefighter.
Yeah.
He did a lot of like one of the first
Yeah, he did.
spawners, a lot of shit.
Steve Buscemi, every time I hear somebody that, obviously it's always about his appearance
Oh.
because he's a goofy looking guy, but it's like, you,
Mhm.
you got to give the guy credit. Other than that, though, he's been in a lot of stuff that's not just Sandler stuff. And yeah, sure, in a lot of it, he plays kind of the same character, but there have been some movies I've seen where I'm like, damn, Steve Buscemi's like,
He's a good actor.
he's a good actor.
Dude.
Like, he can play those weird, like, again, like those weird, goofy, off-putting parts that a lot of people can't, because if you just see like a normal schmo that wears a suit and tie every day trying to do that shit, it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work
no,
as well.
No.
He's built for that. A lot of characters, like he's
Oh, wait,
a lot of
um,
characters are easily buildable around his appearance.
Crazy
I
Eyes is
guess.
by far his best character.
Crazy
Yeah.
Eyes.
Well, wait till you see
Who are
him
your
in
friends?
Sopranos. Yeah,
I don't like him.
I don't like him.
Wait, what did you say about Sopranos? He's in it?
He's in it. Yeah, he
Oh,
directs some
yeah.
episodes. He's Tony's cousin. He's Tony Blundetto. That's his name.
Okay.
Tony Blundetto. It's good. He's in like a whole season. There's a scene where he he beats up like this. Not really spoiler, but he just beats up this Asian guy, and it's just really funny. It's like what the he just Steve Buscemi, he's mean in it.
What the
He's
fuck?
mean, but it's
Yeah.
funny. It's funny. It's tasteful. It's done tastefully.
It's not a hate
It's
crime.
classy.
I hope
No,
not.
it's not a hate crime. It's not a hate crime.
Yeah, there's this scene in it where he
God.
beats up this Asian guy. It's super funny.
It's funny. It's funny because it's like you wanted it the whole time, and he finally does it.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
he
you're
finally
right.
does it. It was
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it Yeah, this guy was being an asshole, and he finally got it.
Mm.
Yeah. I get it.
I can't remember. I think he was in Boardwalk Empire too, if I'm
Yeah.
not wrong.
Never
And
saw
he's
that
also
show,
really
but
good in
yeah.
What's that show about?
that. Honestly, I don't know. I've just seen the clips of
I
him.
think
in it,
it's Prohibition era
I think-
New York or New Jersey, like mafia type deal. I think.
Mhm.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not 100%. I heard it's good though.
Hey, really quick, what does Crazy Eyes say? He goes, "Ooh, Oreos and gumballs, my favorite."
Yeah,
Is that
Oh,
it?
yeah.
I thought it
I
was
think it's
Oreos and fries
yeah,
at
or
Yeah,
one
a
that's what
point.
it
French fry,
is.
but he definitely gets gumballs too. He's like,
There's one
oh,
time he gets
gumballs.
gumball. Ooh, gumballs or something.
Something.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
gumballs.
yeah, yeah. Something in Gumball. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
look
I
it
wasn't
because
talking to
I'm
you. I
just
was
curious.
talking to that man, that mailman over there. It's a fucking goat, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like 50 feet away too.
Thought he was trying to cast a spell on me, like some kind
Yeah,
of
he's
You
wizard
like,
talked
or
about the
something.
mailman.
But I think maybe he was
Oh,
just
maybe he was
waving.
just waving.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I thought we were watching Scooby Doo, and it's like something completely different. It's the
Yeah. He's
Isn't
like,
it the
"Look, it's
funeral?
Deeds."
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Isn't
yeah,
it the funeral? The live funeral on TV?
yeah, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Whoa, look at Deeds with that dead
Deeds?
guy.
Yeah.
I thought we were watching Scooby Doo.
Remember that character he's typing as the one girl? Booyah! Whatever fucking what's the one guy in the vest in that
Yeah,
movie in Mr.
yeah,
Deeds? The
y-
shitter. He's in Grandma's Boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I forget
oh,
his
that
name.
yeah, the dude that gets some money at the end?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, he's pretty funny.
Uh
I can't remember his name. Um,
anyways, so anybody, listening out here, probably, video game fans, maybe have heard of the game Fallout. And one thing that the Fallout series has been known for is like its old timey
Peanut butter
classic
and
music.
gumballs.
It's peanut
mhm.
butter and gumballs. Yeah.
Gross on a pizza.
Oh god. That's not how is that edible?
It's not.
Yeah, like 2 in 1 piece for an hour.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
gum.
Jesus. But one thing the Fallout games have is just like, their old-timey soundtrack, their music, they're well known for it. What are, for, all of us here have played at least one Fallout game. I've played a majority of them, including some of the early ones, like PC ones. What are some of your guys' favorite old-timey songs that were on like a Fallout soundtrack? Any of them that come to your mind? 'Cause I already have a ton, and a majority of them are from New Vegas. That's like
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the best
this
Fallout.
is your realm. I played
Um,
4 a little bit. Otherwise, I didn't play the Fallout
any
too much.
songs from there
So
stood out to you like?
I didn't play it enough to. Couldn't tell you.
That's
Like I said,
on the
this is your
radio.
realm.
Yeah, it is something,
I like Fallout. I love the concept of it. I didn't get into it until Fallout 4 was
Yeah,
coming out and that was going to be the new one. And like I remember just kind of thinking it was like it was okay.
4 is mid.
And yeah, and like just
it is,
and
man.
at this point, like I mean, I do own New Vegas at this point, and I remember you telling me to play it vanilla the first time through, and I just haven't got around to it. But yeah, they're just so old, so that's also why I haven't gotten to it. Is like there's other new games I'd rather play, but I want to do New Vegas at least.
It's my, like, top favorite game of all time, I'd say. Like, I only had to play that, it'd be that. But we're turning back to the fucking songs in there. There's some great songs. Butcher Pete, really love that one. It's a classic. It's
That's in a couple
awesome.
of the games. Like they kept it
Yeah,
throughout like part 1 or
they do
2 of that
carry it,
song.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a couple songs that
Skeeter Davis. Anyone like Skeeter Davis?
I
She's
heard
pretty
that one
good.
was good.
Kay Kaiser. Spurs that Jingle Jangle. It's another hit. I got
Oh yeah.
Spurs. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanna
Some
know
good
it's
Fallout songs.
Jackson, you might not know this. I believe it's Peggy Lee that wrote the song Johnny Guitar or like sang in it. Girl.
Mhm.
Our mom's grandma, there's literally a picture of her with Peggy Lee.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's like
I know what
pretty
you're talking about.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn, that's
um,
pretty cool.
Um,
Wales.
yeah, for me, dude, gotta be the classic. I believe it's what? Dean Martin, right? That did Ain't That a Kick in the Head?
Yeah.
That wasn't Frank Sinatra?
Oh, that was Frank
It was
Sinatra. That's
Sinatra?
100%
That
Sinatra,
song,
yeah.
like, is so nostalgic to me, especially in New Vegas, because when I hear that song, all I imagine is, like, the first time entering the Strip. Like, when you
Yeah.
get to like, you finally get to the Vegas Strip, and you're like you hear that song, and you're like, "Damn, sick." Like, like
Yeah.
and then, like, another one to me is Blue Moon. But
Yeah, it's a
that
good
one's
one.
Dean Martin, and that's a really good song.
Mhm.
Then, of course, Big Iron. Got the Big Iron on your
Yeah,
hip.
Marty Robbins.
Party
That's
Robbins,
awesome.
classic. The
There's some
Sorry song.
songs. There's a one called Jailhouse Roadhouse Rock, and it's just an instrumental that's like 2 minutes. But every time I hear it, I get PTSD flashbacks because that song plays if you go um to I think it's uh farther up north or farther south of the map, but I just remember getting murdered by Cassadors over and over again while that song played.
Oh
And now I
god.
just get PTSD when I hear it. I just can just hear the when you get your poison from
Dude,
them.
it
Get
took
hit
me a
once, you're dead.
it took me a while to learn, like, when I first played New Vegas, I looked up nothing about it, so I would literally look at
Yeah.
the map, I'm like, "Oh, that
I'll
obviously
walk right
looks
there.
like where Vegas would be, like, this big area on the
Yeah.
map that's all buildinged out." And so I just drop my marker there, and I start running over that mountain until I realize it's all covered in fucking Castadors and Deathclaws, and I'm getting
Yeah.
stabbed and poisoned. I'm like, "Ah!
Ah, you get
Ah!"
murdered in
I'm
one
running
hit.
around, "Ah!"
Yeah.
I'm getting fucking stabbed and poisoned. I'm like, "Eh." There was one time, though, I was so persistent at it that I made it through eventually, barely.
Mhm.
And then you can make it. It's tough, but, like,
It's
it's
possible.
honestly, you miss out on so much. It's worth it to just go down the path through Prem like you're supposed to and
Yeah.
get all the shit, acquire and like meet characters and do quests. Uh,
Mhm.
but no, that's a way to get to New Vegas as quick as I mean, I think there's videos online where like people have found a path like through that
Mhm.
fucking danger zone. uh,
Yeah.
skip through.
Way to
But
speed run it.
yeah, speedrun it. Kill
Mhm.
Benny.
Yeah, fuck Benny. Yeah, that's also one of the few games that I 100%ed as well. Only 100%ed a few
The
games.
problem with I mean, I think it's less of a problem in the 4. The problem with a lot of the earlier Fallouts is it's extremely easy to break the main story. Extremely easy.
Yeah, and
Like,
then you can't,
Really?
like, continue it at all.
either continue it or, like, you just fuck up one thing with, like, one faction and, like, you're dead set on this ending now this way.
Mhm.
Like, there's,
Oh,
like, a
sure.
certain point, like and it's also really easy to bug shit out. Like, it's just super like, if you start going to other areas and talking to like, sometimes that can happen where you start to go,
In
like,
a
to a character
ahead of time or
yeah, yeah,
something.
whereas, like, obviously, games are better now, they have better staging. I mean, even games before that, kinda around that era, I'm assuming what? New Vegas would have been after Oblivion, right? Around that time period.
It would've been
Regardless
after, yeah, that
regard
After, yeah.
2010, 11, I
regardless, like,
believe that came out.
Oblivion, being made by Bethesda, maybe a different, like, sub-department, though, still even that game, there's a lot of things you can do in Oblivion that just break the main story or certain side
Mhm.
quests if you just do them. Uh, that shit doesn't really happen anymore, with, like, modern day.
Well, I mean,
It can.
games have been
Like
coming out pretty shitty lately, so, uh,
Cyberpunk, is that possible to, like, bug out the story?
it was when it came out,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is a lot of those games nowadays, they can happen, but it's usually at launch, and they'll fix them,
mhm.
usually, hopefully,
That makes sense.
eventually.
Gotcha,
Speaking of
gotcha.
new games, I've been having a blast playing Grounded. Grounded is pretty much Honey,
Oh,
We
yeah,
Shrunk
that
the
just came
Kids,
out
the
full
video
release
game.
the other day.
Yeah, finally full release on that. Fucking terrifying. Very hard too. It's actually a really difficult game. I had a lot of fun playing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up here soon. With the new computer build. I reason why I said Cyberpunk is because I just bought it. It was half off, and I was like, oh, that'd be a good game to kind of test out on the new rig, and it runs great. I didn't, I wasn't surprised that it did run good, but like, I'm still kind of getting into it. But I do want to buy Grounded. That seems like really fun. I, that is up my alley because I'm into those like sandbox survival or
Mm.
sometimes
Yeah.
even open world.
Sons of the Forest, dude. It's gonna be fuck
When's
I'm so
that? Coming
excited for
soon, pretty
that.
soon, right?
November
What'd I
Did it?
say?
Yeah.
February?
or
No,
Oh, they
remember
moved
remember
it
I
again.
said it
Is it?
was
Did it move?
February. Yeah, it's February something, and it's
Okay.
only $30. I put that in our chat. But
Okay.
yeah, it's something. But yeah,
Yeah, February 20.
I'm excited.
I don't know. I've been
But
really
Grounded's fun.
The thing is I just haven't been trying to buy a lot of games just 'cause I'm trying to play the ones I have. Like, I bought Dinkum, and, like, ever since I thought
Yeah.
about building the new computer, I now just haven't wanted to touch Dinkum, even
Mhm.
though, like, I'm pretty far in it, and they've done a ton of updates even since I've last especially to, like, multiplayer stuff.
See, that's how or for Grounded, I played it a lot in early access a while ago. Like,
Mhm.
I don't even know how many major updates ago. And I played it a lot then, and I had fun, and like almost kind of got worn out. And I don't know. Now that it's full release, I want to get back into it, and
Well,
it's so
from
hard just because
somebody
I
that
played it
played
so much before.
Yeah, I feel that. Well, someone that played the very first one came out. I played for like a month or two. It's so much better now. It runs fucking cleaner.
Yeah,
Spawns are better. Still, yeah, I still can't get over the spiders. They still terrify the fuck out of me. They're
yeah,
everywhere.
I hate them.
I don't fuck with
Yeah,
Fuck
spiders.
spiders. Don't.
no.
Well, boys, we're a little over an hour here. Is there anything anybody else would like to discuss before we maybe wrap up Gutterball 15 here?
That went good.
I'm
No,
good.
Call it a
I gotta
show?
damn.
no call it a show.
Yeah, I'm fucking. I know we say this all the time, but like I'm super excited for the future of the Gutterball entertainment. Like we have it's the lack of progress as far as other content coming isn't like because like we're not like working on it. Like we just have so much shit, like ideas cooking up. Like we have so much we want to do, and
Mhm.
it's like, what do we do first? Type deal, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah. Yeah, for
but
sure.
everybody, like obviously, like anybody who likes our shit, subscribes, all that,
We
appreciate it
love you.
so
I
much.
I don't know what else there is to say
Yeah.
except I fucking love you. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, this wraps up. Like, to me, it doesn't. I don't fucking care that we're not making money off of this. Like, I just happy that I'm putting out content and people are watching it, even if it's like 4 people. That
Yeah,
fucking makes my day when they can reach out and say this was sick.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
awesome.
we
Yeah,
were
we
talking
really
about
do
that
appreciate
earlier. Like, or
Mhm.
like, or I had said that earlier. How about just I want to bring joy to somebody. Like if
Mm,
I can be the reason somebody can like even disassociate for an hour out of their
yeah.
life and like just forget about the bullshit. Like awesome. I've done my job. Like
Yeah.
Yep.
and that makes me happy. That's what makes me feel fulfilled at least.
100%. Yeah, I really do appreciate everybody out there. Basically, what these two just said, they covered it all for me. But one more thing before we go. Again, we do have audio only now. It can be found on Apple Podcasts. Just look up Gutterball Entertainment or Gutterball Podcast. It'll show up. Every single episode we have currently released on YouTube is now audio only on there. When you see this episode, you can pretty much guarantee that it'll be on there as well. So if you're looking for an audio only version or way to do or to listen to the show without having YouTube open, or if you don't have YouTube Premium, that would be the way to do it. We are going to be looking into Spotify or some other hosting places soon for audio only. It's just a money constraint right now with getting an RSS feed and all that stuff. Anything else, boys?
No.
Like,
Just thanks.
subscribe,
Comment.
Comment.
Tell us what you
comment,
like. Tell us what you don't like.
hit the
We want to hear
bell
it.
to get the notifications. Fucking A, do it all.
Gutterball
Please.
15. Oh boy.